when we have an electron releasing substituent, an electron releasing substituent, then an aromatic electrophilic substitution reaction will give two products based on the stability of carbocations generated. We will get two products, ortho product and para product. So we will get orthochloroanisole and parachloroanisole. So please remember, when we have an electron releasing substituent on benzene ring, then in an aromatic electrophilic substitution reaction, we will get two products, orthochloroanisole and ortho product and para product. When we have an electron withdrawing substituent, NO2 is a minus M group. It withdraws electrons mesomerically. When we try to do nitration reaction on a nitrobenzene, what is this compound? This is nitrobenzene. Then what is the product? What is the product? Again, there are three possibilities. There are three possibilities. One is ortho product, another one is meta product, other one is para product. We will try to draw the resonance contributors for each product, and we will try to determine the most stable carbocation. When we try to write the ortho product, these two will be intact, and we will write a nitro group here, and carbocation will be generated here, right? So we will polarize this double bond to this carbon. So negative charge will take the electrophile. This carbon will get the positive charge. Now we can expect a resonance contributor by polarizing this double bond, because this double bond and the positive charge are in conjugation, right? When we write a resonance, another resonance contributor, nitro group, hydrogen, and this is the double bond which is undisturbed. This is the position of new double bond and the carbocation center. Now again there is a resonance possibility. This positive charge and the double bond are in conjugation, so we can write another resonance contributor by polarizing this double bond. NO2, hydrogen, nitro group. This is the position of previously generated double bond. This is the position of newly generated double bond and the carbocation position. Now we will try to draw the meta product. In meta product, we need to add electrophile here. So these two double bonds are intact, and this is the hydrogen nitro group, and this is the position of carbocation. Now this double bond and carbocation are in resonance, so we can polarize this double bond towards the carbocation to write a resonance contributor. Please switch off your videos. This is the position of old double bond. Please switch off your videos. Sai Kumar, please switch off, turn off your video. Hydrogen, nitro group. This is the position of new double bond and the carbocation. Again, this carbocation and double bond are in resonance. So we can polarize this double bond towards this carbocation and we can write one more resonance contributor. Nitro group, hydrogen, incoming electrophile. This is the position of previously generated double bond. This is the position of newly generated double bond, and this carbon is getting positive charge. When we write the para product, para means we need to add the electrophile here. So we don't disturb these two double bonds. We will write nitro group on this carbon. Nitro group and the carbocation. This carbocation and double bond, they are in conjugation. So we can write a resonance contributor by polarizing this double bond towards the carbocation. Nitro group, intact double bond, hydrogen, incoming electrophile. This is newly generated double bond, and this is the position of carbocation. Because this carbon is losing electrons, it is the position of carbocation. Again, this double bond and positive charge are in conjugation. So we can write one more resonance contributor. This is the previously generated double bond. This is newly generated double bond, and this is the carbocation. Now, again, when we have an electron withdrawing substituent, there are three possibilities: ortho product, meta product, para product. And in all the three cases, we have same number of resonance contributors. So based on the number of resonance contributors, we cannot identify the stable carbocation. Okay, so what we need to look at? We need to look at the stability of individual carbocations. Now look at the stability of ortho and para products. In these two, the positive charge is on the same carbon where a nitro group is there. A positive charge is on the same carbon where a nitro group is there. What is a nitro group? What is a nitro group? Nitro group is an electron withdrawing group. An electron withdrawing group is substituted on a carbon where positive charge is there. What it will do? It will try to withdraw electrons from this carbon. See, this is already an electron poor system because it is having carbocation. And nitro group is again trying to withdraw electrons from this carbon. That means nitro group decreases electron density further on this carbon. When we decrease the electron density on a carbocation, then it becomes highly unstable. Highly unstable. So an electron withdrawing group on a positive charge will decrease its stability. So in a ortho product, we are getting a most unstable carbocation. In para product also, we are getting a most unstable product. Compared to ortho and para products, meta product, you see, positive charge is not present on this carbon here, here, are in this. So positive charge is not present on the carbon where an electron withdrawing group is there. So compared to ortho and para products, meta product is relatively stable. Meta product is relatively stable. So an electron withdrawing group will always give or will always directs the incoming electrophile to meta position, because it is relatively stable. The carbocation in meta addition is relatively stable, whereas ortho product and para product, they are highly unstable. So when we have an electron releasing group on benzene ring, electron withdrawing group on benzene ring, and when we try to do an aromatic electrophilic substitution reaction, it will generate only meta product. It will generate only meta product. So an electron releasing group will direct the incoming electrophile to ortho and para positions, whereas an electron withdrawing group directs the incoming electrophile to meta position. So an electron releasing group will direct the incoming electrophile to ortho and para positions. An electron withdrawing group will direct the incoming electrophile to meta position. Also, we have studied that activating groups, electron releasing groups will activate the benzene ring towards aromatic electrophilic substitution. That means they increase the rate of reaction and the product formation. Similarly, an electron withdrawing group will decrease the rate of reaction in an aromatic electrophilic substitution. Now I'll give some examples for electron releasing groups, electron withdrawing groups, and their relative reactivity. Which one is more activating, which one is less activating, which one is less deactivating, which one is more deactivating. Nitrogen, which is having a lone pair on the nitrogen, it is a plus M group. So amines are most activating groups. Similarly, oxygen, which is having two lone pairs, this is also most activating substituent. So when we have an amine or substituted amine, alcohol or alkoxy, then they are strongly activating. They are strongly activating. When they present, their the reactivity of benzene is very, very high. Now, if we have a withdrawing substituent on nitrogen or oxygen, they decrease their reactivity. You know, this acyl group is an electron withdrawing group. So a withdrawing group on nitrogen or oxygen will decrease its electron donation capacity. So these are moderately activating substituents. Now, an alkyl group or an aromatic group or a double bond are weakly activating an alkyl group, an aromatic ring, or a double bond. These are weakly activating substituents. So when we try to compare the reactivity of a benzene which is having OH substituent and which is having a methyl group, OH substituent will have highest reactivity compared to methyl groups. And of course, we know hydrogen is a standard. It is a standard for comparison. Then we will get deactivating substituents. Deactivating substituents. In the deactivating, we have halogens, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. These are all weakly deactivating. These are all weakly deactivating. Please take the notes along with me. Next is moderately deactivating. Moderately deactivating groups are all carbonyl groups. All carbonyl groups, either aldehyde or ketone or carboxylic acids or carboxylic esters or acid chlorides. These are all moderately deactivating. Moderately deactivating groups. And finally, we have strong deactivating groups: nitrile group, sulfonic acid group, nitro group. Then positively charged amines. Amine, if it is protonated, then again it acts as a strong deactivating groups. So these are all strongly deactivating groups. Strongly deactivating groups. So when we have an amine substituent and a nitro substituent, which one will react faster? Amine substituent, because it activates the benzene ring towards aromatic electrophilic substitution. When we have a fluorine and a aldehyde group, which one will react faster? Benzene with fluorine substituent, because it is weakly deactivating, whereas aldehyde is moderately deactivating. That means aldehyde is more deactivating than fluorine. Because it is more deactivating, it reacts very slowly. Now, when we look at the directing nature, all activating substituents and halogens, these are ortho-para directing. So when these substituents are there on benzene, then the second electrophile will give an ortho product and para product. Though halogens are withdrawing groups, but they use their mesomeric effect in directing the electrophile. So halogens, though they are deactivating, but they direct the incoming electrophile to ortho and para position. Now, all other deactivating substituents, meta directing groups. They are meta directing groups. So this is the overall relative reactivity and the direction of electrophiles on the benzene rings when these substituents are there.